I've had an awful few months, Mike.
Why? What's wrong, lad?
Right. Okay, well, as you know, me and my wife have been married since September last year.
Aye.
We've been together a few years, though.
I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that, Tommy, you've been having an affair.
No, we've been together, me and my wife, for a few years.
Aye.
And on New Year's Eve, I found out she was seeing someone else.
Oh, she was having an affair. Oh, God.
I'll tell you the story, Mike. We were due to go to a party, a big party at a house in Newcastle on New Year's Eve.
Don't mention any addresses.
I won't,
no.
no.
Understand.
It was a friend of my wife's. It was. Now, I must say, I am not one for parties, Mike, but I agreed in festivity, you know.
Right, festivity.
To go along to this party.
To go, yes.
Now, we had a lovely evening. Well, I suppose I spent most of the night on my own, but she was talking to her mates in sitting room, like to her friends and that.
To the girls?
Yeah.
Aye.
Now, anyway...
It's still not good enough that you're by yourself for the party.
No. But anyway,
Carry on.
everyone's seen the New Year in, and I was a little bit sleepy, you know, and I had to be up early for work on New Year's Day because I'm a shop assistant. So I decided I would go home. And I said to my wife, I said, would you join me, you know? And she said, Tommy, love, I'm staying on here. I'm having a ball, you know. So she explained that she had arranged to, you know, to stay the night with all her friends, you know. So... Because I don't drink, I got in the car and I set off for home, you know. And when I got in the house, you see, I saw my wife's car keys on the floor, and I thought, oh, God, Margaret, what you like, you know, because she wouldn't be able to get in the house the next day, you know, because by the time, like, she got back, I'd be working, you know, I'd be at work.
Of course, I thinking all the time, being positive, yes.
Being the decent husband I am, Mike,
you drove.
I got back in the car and I went the 3 miles back to the party. I went in, couldn't find her anywhere. So I asked someone, and they said, she were tied. So apparently her and a friend had gone up to bed, you know. So I thought, fair enough, you know. But I thought, well, she won't be asleep yet, you know. So I climbed the stairs expecting to see her alone in bed. Now, for months, she's been telling me she were off to bingo, restaurants, the cinema, shopping at supermarkets every other day with a girly friend. But no, that's not what's been going on with the so-called girly friend, is it, Mike?
Girly friend is not a girly friend?
No, I went in and found out what's really been going on, Mike.
What
when I walked in that room and seen my wife banging her breasts against the bottom of a bitch, I was devastated.
Banging her breasts against the bottom of a what? A bottom of a what?
A bitch.
A dog?
The woman.
Oh, the woman. Oh, God, John. Matey, she was having
words couldn't describe what were going through my mind, Mike.
She was banging her breasts on the woman's bottom? On the bottom of...
It was disgusting. When I noticed where her knickers were, I thought, no, this is not happening. This is not my wife, you know.
Was it a red sort of mist? You know, I mean, you must have been so...
No idea how I feel, Mike.
Oh, God,
Do you know the worst part of it was, Mike?
The woman!
Do you know the worst part of it was, Mike? She turned to me and she smiled. Smiled, you know, Mike, smiled. And she said, would you like to join us? And I couldn't believe it. I was devastated,
You couldn't believe your luck. 2 in the bed, 3 in the bed.
No, this was my wife, my Margaret Tommy, and inseparable Margaret MacDonald.
Yes, I know, but I mean to see you could be 3 in the bed. 2 women and you.
But no.
A Tommy sandwich.
I realised I didn't know her, and I've never known her.
No. Oh, Margaret. Oh, no. Obviously not. No. I mean,
How could you do this to me, Mike?
Do you ever know the woman? Do you ever really know the woman, Tommy?
I mean, I weren't selfish, you know, Mike. I mean, well...
No, of course not.
I mean, we care for each other about, you know, once every week. Now, in my opinion, that's not being selfish. How can it, Mike, you know?
No, care. Oh, is it care? Care being it.
Oh, come on, Mike. Do I have to explain everything?
No, of course not. No, you're using sociology terms. I understand, Rummy. Put me once a week. Well, I mean, but obviously, you see, I've got to be honest, Tommy. I mean, since there are some women, and I'm using the word loosely here, I'm using the word very loosely, insatiable. I mean, to that word, you don't think it applies to the fair sex, the gentle sex, but I'm afraid in some cases it does. They are insatiable about it.
Anyway.
Rumpy-pumpy.
Anyway, apparently it's been going on since August last year.
Yeah, just by the by,
So
Tommy.
time, you know, quite a time.
When you get back to... Oh, you went in the door, and your wife...
I thought she would be asleep in bed. I thought, God, for God's sake, you know, she's been having a drink and stuff. I didn't expect her to be within her best friend, did I?
But what you said, the breast on the bottom. You see, I couldn't understand the breast on the bottom. You see, I'm trying to get a picture in my mind of what you saw.
Well, I don't really want to picture it anymore, do I?
Well, but I've got to, because because I'm just trying to figure out, possibly you've got the wrong end of the...
No, she had the wrong end of the bloody stick, I'm telling you that now.
Well, there wasn't a stick there, but, you see, her breasts banging on the woman's butt. I'm not quite sure of what... I mean, maybe they were just both asleep and both having a joint nightmare.
Well, I expected her to say that, but she asked me to join them both, didn't she? She said, come on. She smiled. I thought, I don't know this lady anymore.
And did you know, the other lady, you could... What could you... Well, all you could see was her bottom.
They were both naked.
Oh, no.
Anyway, to cut a long story short, she's
What?
She's still living with me.
She's still there?
She's still got the mistress on the side, like.
She's got a mistress on the side?
But the thing is, I love her, and I don't want to lose her, mate.
I'm sorry, Tommy, but this is not the way to go on. You can't. I mean, see, you've got to be the master of the house, Tommy. The master.
But I'm frightened that if I throw her out, and she'll go back off with this girl, and I'll be lonely for the rest of my life, you know. I mean, it's awful.
But I mean, you see, at the moment, I mean, you see, she's with the girl. I mean, see, you're not sleeping in the spare room, are you? Are you in the spare room?
Yeah, well, I'm downstairs on the settee.
You're downstairs on the settee?
It's been like that since
and
New Year's
Eve. Since New Year's Eve. We're coming into April, you know.
I know, it's
I mean,
been
see,
a
if this
long
had
time.
happened, yes, I would say April Fool, but it's April the 2nd. So you are 4 months downstairs, so that's, I mean, see, there's 16 caring nights that you've missed. Right? I should let you care for her? No. And she is getting, and she's had nearly 120 night breast trembling nights, to put it that way. But so I think she's making use of you. She's abusing you. And I think you've got to lay the law down, or you've got to get up them stairs and get in there in the middle of it. I think you've got to...
She keep asking me to join her in a... lesbian friend, for God's sake.
Well, I'm afraid,
but
your wife's a lesbian. Your wife is a lesbian, Tommy.
But she can't be.
She's just sleeping with a woman. She must be.
But she loved me. She still does.
Well, maybe she thought you were a lesbian.
How dare you, Mike the Mouth? How dare
I'm
you
just wondering, why did she marry you? Did she think that you were effeminate? Did you think that you were submissive to the point that she could have a wicked way with you?
Well, how the hell am I supposed to? I don't know.
Well, did she? I mean, see, who was on top when you were caring for each other?
How dare you ask me things like that? That's not right.
I'm trying to help you, Tommy, for God's sake. I'm trying to help you here. I mean, see, you're a man, and you're not acting like a man, are you? You're lying down on the settee while there's two women having rumpy puppy upstairs in your bed. Is the bed paid for?
Yes.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that, but
But she keep asking me to go with her, and go with the two friends, but I don't want to, but I'm frightened if I don't, she'll go up with this girl.
Well, she will. I mean, she's obviously... She's getting more from this woman.
Cope.
She's getting more rumpy-pumpy-wise from a woman who hasn't got a tadger than she's been getting from you who has got a tadger. Isn't that disgraceful? Are you not ashamed of that? You've got to either go...
I'm ashamed of her, I know
Right,
that.
you've got to go upstairs.
She's out with her tonight.
Well, you've got to... When she comes... I'll tell you what you do when she comes in. When they come in, pack that woman's bag, and when she comes in, you grab your wife, you shove her down the passage, you get this other woman, you throw her back into the garden, you shut the front door in her face. And then you turn onto your wife and say, Margaret, I want you to get your kit off. I want you up there stairs in that bed. I want you lying on the bed with your legs right apart. I'll be up in 5 minutes. And if you're not coming to the boil in 5 minutes, you are going to feel the wrath of my right hand on your bare buttocks.
But how can I do that now? How can I touch her in that way? I love her, but I couldn't do it to her anymore. The thought of seeing her lying down on the floor.
Oh, dear me. Well, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it would, honestly, Mike, you've never seen anything like it.
Well, you're doomed. You're doomed, Tommy, I'm telling you that. You're doomed. You might as well go and live with Marlene.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, you might as well
mention that name
Well,
to
you
me.
might as well live with Marlene because your life is screwed up. Screwed up.
Friggin'
I'm sorry to say that, Tommy. I mean from the bottom of my heart, when a woman does that to a man, well, she's never loved you in the first place. And she doesn't love you now.
She does love me, Matt. I'm telling you, she loves me. She loves me.
Look, I mean, see, she loves you as a put-on, as a plaything.
Oh, you don't understand, Matt. You not realise the love we had between each other before this happened. I hate her now.
Well,
but I don't want to lose her.
Well, if you hate her, you've got to lose her.
I know,
Otherwise,
no.
it'll go violent and what have you. I mean, you see, you can't be lying downstairs and hearing grunts and groans coming from your bedroom, can you?
No, she's not living with us, that lady. I wouldn't let her in the house.
Oh, well, that's good.
No. I says, Margaret, no, you're not having her in here.
Well, and she accepted that.
Well, I don't think she had much choice.
Well, go the next step and go in tonight and you say to Margaret, I am going to give you more care than you ever had in a whole month tonight.
I like caring for her, but the
Yes,
thing
you've
is,
got to do it. Grit your teeth, Tommy. Sometimes most men have got to grit our teeth when we're going to care for the women. You've got to grit your teeth, maybe shut your eyes or clench your fists. But the main thing is, give her a good caring to.
The thing, I can't look at her in that way anymore. You know what I mean?
No, but
you
you maybe have to put the light out, obviously, so you're not really getting much of a chance to look at her.
It was the fact that she asked me to go in with her.
Well, she's just got no shame. She's got no shame, and the woman hasn't. The other woman's got no shame. I mean, to say to you and me, that means you'd have to take all your clothes off while two women stood there and watch you.
I beg your pardon. I hope you're not having a go at me.
No, I'm just worried.
I'm very upset at the moment, and if you're having a go at me, I'm not going to like it.
Don't you come on to me. I haven't got a lesbian
I'm not coming on to you. That's what my wife did with another lady. Not whatever position we're in now.
Well, I'm not in a position. You're in a picking position. You're sleeping on the pick and set. Hey, man. I'm using the term loosely in your term. Man, you're not a man. For God's sake, if you're a man, you'd do as I would say. You'd go up and give her a good caring to.
I did not expect to get any sympathy from you, I must say.
I've tried my hardest, Tommy. Tried my hardest to help you, but what do I get? What do I get? Spurned.
I'm sorry?
Spurned. Not with an N.
No, I see. Yes. Anyway, how is the old wizened bitch anyway? Has she been on? Because everybody listening.
Well, she's just the sort of woman who would get up to that sort of thing.
Oh, I must say, I
Last time she was on, she was cursing. God, she's butch as hell, man.
Oh,
right. I mean,
stupid bitch.
She makes you look like one of the Spice Girls. I'll tell you that, Tommy, but I'm very sorry. I'll give you my advice, Tommy. I think you've got to lay the law down with a heavy hand. You're the man, and the woman expects the man to be a man.
I'll do my best.
Let us know then, Tommy. Please, tell me more.
Okay.
0191 477 2000.